Hello. Week 10, sheltering in place. We hope you're doing well. So this week we're focusing on service, and Barry has a beautiful song, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. So I have a little story, and this one is about my mother. I love to tell stories about my mother. And as I think I shared in the very first video that we did, that my mother loved to send cards, and she was always trying to find ways that she could be helpful and be of service. And she would send cards, she would call people, she would make cookies. She was always, she made friends with the homeless men in the neighborhood. She would sit with them and talk with them. It was really very special. But towards the end of my mother's life, and this story takes place 5 months before she passed, my mother was no longer able to use her hands to write, and of course she could not cook anymore or bake. And she had actually lost the ability to have conversations because her mind would drift in and out, and she would forget where she was. So, and she lost the ability to walk. She was in a wheelchair. So this was a sad time for my mother because she felt she could no longer be of service. So our son at the time was 17, and he and the 14 other classmates in his school, at Mount Madonna School, went to India, and they were part of a movie called Project Happiness. And they were able to interview all these amazing people, including the Dalai Lama and Richard Gere, the woman who marched with Gandhi. And and George Lucas from Star Wars. And all these people were telling the students the same thing. They would ask, what makes a person happy in life? And the answer from all these different people was, be of service. Think of other people. Do things for other people. So we took my mother to a program that they had, and all the students were presenting what they found. And then the teacher asked us to break into groups of 3 and talk about what we liked the most about what we were hearing. So Barry and I sat with my mother, and this is what she said. She said, these children are showing me that I can still be of service. And I can't talk that much, and I can't use my hands, and I can't bake, and I can't walk. But I can smile. And from now on, that is going to be my service. I'm going to smile at every single person. And she did. Everyone. The hospice workers that eventually were called and came into the home. My mother was always smiling, and that was her service. And I just feel that those of us in this sheltering in place, we can find a way that we can be of service, and that will make a big difference to others, but it will also make a very big difference to us and our own happiness. All right.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You remember that?
Of course, and I was also feeling how now with when you go into a store, everybody's wearing a mask, right? So you can't really see the smile, but you can see smiling eyes. See? And you look for the smile in the eyes. Yeah. So, okay. So I love this prayer of St. Francis, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. And there's so many, probably hundreds of versions of songs to this prayer. But I felt inspired to come up with my own. And many of you know that we're really into St. Francis. He's kind of a hero of ours. It started actually in 1973. We were living in Portland. We went to the movie Brother, Sun, Sister, Moon. And I walked out of the movie theater after seeing that movie about St. Francis. And I was ready to give away everything I owned and drop out and just walk around barefoot and bless people and be blessed. Luckily, at the time, I had a very smart, practical wife. Actually, I still have the same wife.
She's still smart.
She's smarter and more practical. And she convinced me that, Barry, you only have a few more months and then you can get your medical license. Then you can do whatever you want. So I did that. And, but anyway, Francis has taught us a lot, St. Francis, about simplicity and, just living simply. All right, so here's my song. And it's also, if there's even just one prayer I speak every morning, it's that, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Okay.
Sorry.
Lord, make me an instrument of peace. 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 Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is doubt, I'll bring faith. Where there is darkness, let me bring light. Where there's despair, I'll bring hope. It is in giving that we receive. It is in loving that we are loved. It is in dying that we are born. We are born to eternal life. Lord, make me an instrument of peace. Lord, make me an instrument of peace. Lord, make me an instrument of peace. So, beloved Spirit, help us all to find ways to bring this divine love through us and be instruments of your love and your healing and your peace. Even with just a simple smile or whatever it is, help us to be instruments.
So you can make a big difference in someone's life just by being open and smiling, even though you have your mask on. And in so doing, it makes a big difference in your life. That's what all those students discovered with all these interviews in the pursuit of happiness is really in giving. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching us.
Yeah.
And we are sending you our love right this minute.
Yeah. Mm.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.